special technology episode on the Audi A7 H-tron with fuel cell is today on Autogefühl, your #1 resource for in-depth car reviews and your #1 community to discuss cars with Thomas. And today also with Frederick Hausmann. He is developing this fuel cell technology at Audi. And what can you tell us about this car? Because I'm really excited. What are the differences to an electric vehicle and what is different to the normal A7?
So the main difference is that there is no combustion engine in the car. We have put off the complete powertrain of the car and put in two electric motors, one on the front axle and one on the rear axle, and put in a fuel cell to get the electric energy on the car. The fuel cell is in the front end, and we also have a battery for the dynamics and as a range extender.
That one is in the rear than
And
as
that's what-
with the electric vehicle.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we have four hydrogen tanks in the car, so we can reach a range of more than 500 kilometers.
Yeah, maybe let's take a look beneath the hood so you can show that. Is this then directly the fuel cell we see, or what is it?
Yes, this is the fuel cell where the hydrogen reacts with the oxygen from the air to water steam. So we get the energy for the electric motors from this unit here. And of the exhaust system, there's only water steam coming out.
So what about the power output? How can you actually compare it to usual engines? We know the diesel and the petrol engines from the A7. We know there are very powerful versions available. How can you compare this one? Is there a horsepower figure you can tell us or something like that?
In total, we have 170 kilowatts of power and 540 newton meters of torque.
Now we'll take a look at the interior of the A7 H-tron. What are actually the differences here from what I see? It's a normal A7 cockpit. I just see separate instruments for the boost and for the charging of the battery, and in the middle the drive selector is a little bit different and also has this special display. So are these the main difference, or what else is different?
Yes, these are the main difference. So on the cockpit we have here the fuel, so it's the hydrogen fuel, and on the left side we have the charge of the battery.
And what about all-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive? How is it situated with the fuel cell and also with the electric drive?
This is a full quattro drive, so we always have the possibility to drive with all four wheels.
Well, I would say we take it for a short test ride.
Yes.
Basically, does it really make a difference if the electric drive is powered by the battery or by a fuel cell? I mean, it doesn't make a difference, does it?
No, the feeling is like driving an electric car.
What's the total range again with the fuel cell we can get here?
The total range is more than 500 kilometers, and we can recharge or refill the car within 3 to 5 minutes on a modern hydrogen fuel station.
And that is also safe because maybe some of our viewers maybe think, oh, is it maybe dangerous? You know, with hydrogen, it's, you know, when you burn hydrogen, it's no good actually. So how would you rate the safety also in comparison to the normal combustion engines?
It's as safe as every other car. In the tanks there is only hydrogen. As long there is no oxygen, there couldn't be any reaction, so there is no explosion, anything like this. Also, if there is a fire from the outside, we have systems that get the hydrogen controlled out of the car.
Yeah, I must really say, it really feels good to drive the car. It feels very agile, you get power instantaneously, and that's a really good feeling. And at the same time, I don't have to care about my range, because when you're driving plug-in hybrids where you have kind of limited range and driving them electric mode only, you always think, well, when I push down the throttle now, then my range is already gone again, kind of. But here it's actually no problem. Are you really also a fan of the fuel cell?
Yes, of course. At the first moment you drive this car, you get a fan of it.
Yeah, I think so too. When I just have to hammer the throttle and it goes, wow. And by the way, if I press the brakes, then the recuperation is also being used battery is charged. I see it here in the instruments. And when I just left the throttle, I think the sailing function is activated. So the car just rolls, because as electric drive started to evolve, sometimes it was said, okay, use the recuperation as often as possible, but it's even better to use the rolling function, the sailing function, because you obviously make more kilometers with it.
Also in the regular combustion engine, there are more and more cars getting the sailing mode now, because that means more fuel saving, and we use it also. So just leave the acceleration pedal and you hold your speed. And as soon as you see there is reason to slow down, you can push the brakes a little bit and you're in the recharging mode, and it stays in the recharging mode.
So yeah, I would say it's really awesome to drive this car. I really like riding electric cars, and be it from a battery or fuel cell. I don't actually really care. Here it's really good that the high range is already achieved, and well, the question is just how many years will it take really to the very high serial development. And we close this one, the A7 H-tron, up with taking a look into the trunk, because I expect that you have, well, less trunk here, I guess. So let's see. Yeah, I think it's reduced in height, isn't it?
Yes, because we use this plug-in battery, it's a bit uplifted, like we know from the different PHEV cars.
So we have it in the length at least, but not that far in the height, actually. This one, by the way, the fire extinguisher, is it serial with the H-tron? Is it just because it's a prototype car?
This is only because it's a prototype car.
Okay, so the customer actually won't need it then, in this case. Yeah. So maybe to give a conclusion, well, from my side, I really enjoyed driving that one, and it's, well, just feels like an electric vehicle, and you don't really care if it's coming from a fuel cell or from a battery. Most important aspect of that is just that when it's coming from a fuel cell here, it has really a huge range. But then again, at the moment, these cars are still very expensive. So from your perspective, maybe from your conclusion, what's, let's say, your dream where this development is heading to?
So my dream, of course, is that this development ends into a serious car. That's what every developer working for. So I hope that it will get through.
Okay, so thanks for watching. I hope you like this Technology Insight, and see you at the next Technology Insight, or also at one of our full reviews here at Autogefühl.